Ciao a tutti, this is Luca. Welcome back in Yes I Am blog. Today I'm gonna teach you how to make one of the best risotto you'll ever have in your life. Now, is risotto with red wine. In Italy, I would have used Chianti, but since I'm in Australia, I'm gonna suggest Shiraz. Come over here, I'll show you all the ingredients. So we have carnaroli rice. You can use arborio if you like, but carnaroli I think is better. We have Parmesan cheese, a little bit of butter for the end, so these ingredients will go at the end. And we're gonna start with onions and extra virgin olive oil. So let's pour some olive oil in the pan and make sure that when you cook, you always have tasted the wine. So I got my glass here. If you come close to this side, I show you what we're gonna do. After we saute the onions in the oil, which we're going to do this immediately because it's nice and hot. Yes. We're gonna toast the rice. What does it mean, toast the rice? It means toast. It means that the rice need to be sealed. You know, like the meat, when you cook on the barbecue, you seal the meat and then you can barbecue or you can stew it or you can cook it in the oven. Well, we're doing this for the rice. So we seal all the skin, the pores, okay? And to do this, we need to saute the onion a little bit first and then mix the rice in. Okay. So our onion now are being sauteed. We add the rice. I'm cooking for 4 people, so we have 300 grams, 350 of rice. And now what I want to do is mix in the rice until it's translucent. Can you see the rice color is changing a little bit? That's exactly what we want. Now we want to toast it, okay? So I keep mixing like that. That's it. Okay, and so saute and flip it, mixing it. We want to keep moving it. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, it's very simple. Once you know how to do it, of course. So, to practice, I suggest you to get some chickpeas, like dry chickpeas or dry beans, in a pan, and you put them there in a cold pan, and you exercise this. All it comes down is practice, exercise. So our rice now, if you look very, very closely, is translucent. So there we are. The smell is beautiful, excellent. And it's time now to pour our red wine. So we're gonna go half a bottle, and I keep a little bit for myself. Okay, so this risotto is good also for children because all the alcohol is gonna evaporate, okay? And well, if you ask my daughter, she's gonna love it. Every time we say, risotto, I love risotto, Daddy. Well, if the kids like it, it's usually very good. So, mescola, un pochino, so let's mix it. Now, some people say, oh, look, I don't make risotto because it takes a long time. Well, look, really, what I'm gonna do soon is, it's gonna take maximum 17-18 minutes. So, soon I'm gonna turn the heat down a little, and we cook like as soon as, you know, as just enough that we see some bubbles. Not as many bubbles as we got now because I want the alcohol to evaporate, but a little bit of bubbles. Now, did I say by chance the word bubble? Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I am. Here you are on the blog. I made you a promise before. I say, he has to be easy, he has to be quick. Now, easy as I'm having some vegetable stock here to add to my risotto, a little bit at a time. Now all we have to focus is the size and the depthness of the bubble in our risotto. What I mean is this, I'm turning it down to 4 on my stove, because can you see how many bubbles we have? Okay, that's too much. We want to be above simmering, but not completely to this boil, okay? And that's, I'm happy with this bubble now, beautiful. Okay, so the rice is completely covered with, but barely covered. Can you see? So adding the stock and sipping a glass of wine is like, make me feel like I'm doing a meditation. So I'm relaxed. I also have time to have a quick shower in between adding the stock. If you want to check your mail, you can check your mail. If you want to relax and taste your wine, that's all you have to do. Smell it. Looking at the color, brilliant, ruby. So you always need something white to see it. And then finally tasting it. Give yourself a little bit of time to appreciate it. It's like having kissed someone that you love, you know. It's a bit of a shock at the beginning, but then you know if you like it or not, right? And then, how do you know that the wine is natural and it's good for you? My father is a wine producer, and he always say, look at a label, have this bottle by yourself, and if tomorrow you have headache, chuck it. If you're not, keep it. 17 minutes and our risotto is ready. So what we're gonna do now is adding the butter, and this process is called mantecatura. So the butter will be mixed in. Now this risotto is for 4 to 5 people, so will be 10 grams of butter for each of your guests, all right? And it's not much, trust me, it's not much, because when I show you how to make pastry, you're gonna laugh and laugh out loud. So let's mix this. Take it off the fire now. We don't need any more flame because we don't want the Parmesan cheese to cook. We want it just to fuse a little bit, but not caramelized, okay? So I'm moving the pan there so it's away from the flame. And now if we done the risotto right, we should make a wave. I show you what the wave is. Look, focus on it. Can you see the risotto is flipping now? It's making a wave. Now the cheese and the butter is gonna get attached to the rice beautifully, and voila, here is the risotto ready for serving. So just remember, the grain inside is still al dente. If you don't have the grain inside tiny bit raw, your risotto is overcooked. And this is not overcooked, all right? It's perfect to the pitch. You can taste that and snatch a little bit of rice and see if the inside there's a white pimple, okay? What can I say? What can I say now? Well, let's plate it. Beautiful. So I'm taking the risotto over here, and I can place the risotto in like that. Okay, and let it run beautifully, and nice and flat. And give me a minute, I'm gonna show you one trick. Benissimo ragazzi, adesso prepariamo una cialda. We make a Parmesan cheese crown like that for your presentation, and a little gentle sprinkle of prezzemolo, which is parsley. Beautiful. And voila, that's your dish, ready to go. Make it nice and still. I come close to you. How about that? This is melting. So how do you make la cialda? Well, you can use a fry pan and lie down on a non-stick paper, oven paper, some Parmesan cheese, or otherwise you can do this. You can put it in the oven and give it 30 to 40 seconds, and it will be ready melting. We can shape it as well. I show you what shape we can give them. After 45 seconds, this is what we got. It's nice and hot. Now it's time to turn them and shape it like, for example, we can shape it like this and let it cool down this way. Okay, nice. You can keep it like this and put it in the fridge. Ooh, very nice. For 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, it will be nice and cool. You have a lovely shape, and that's your nest. We call it the nest. We should have another glass of red wine right now. Is that right? Like a little bit. Because when we played, we need to get inspired. So, that's our risotto, ready to go in the nest of Parmesan cheese. Voila. A sprinkle of parsley and just a little guilty drop of wine. If you want, we can finish with a little bit of Parmesan. It gives a nice beautiful color, or just leave it as it is. Now, when you grate your Parmesan, make sure it's Parmigiano Reggiano. When you choose your product, make sure you have the quality Parmigiano Reggiano or Grana Padano on it. That's how you know it's original. This is 18 months to 36 months age. It's almost my age. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. Come back with us again. Yes, I am. This is the blog, and I'm your chef.